Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Hypovolemia with Arturio Emerys. So it's been several days since I've been able to record, and I was kind of at a key point in progression, and there was a lot of stuff I didn't want to do off camera, so I focused on purely cosmetic stuff. I think the base looks a lot better. I really like this red rock brick texture. I think that looks really good. So I may use more of that down the road, but I've gone to a certain amount of effort to kind of just make everything a bit neater and cleaner, and I've done some cool stuff here. So this is my my ore area. And I went to the trouble of making pulsers for everything. And I put a lamp in here that's hooked up to the switch on the door. And this is just some vanilla pistons back there and a little bit of vanilla redstone work. It's nothing particularly fancy. Just, you know, like I said, I wanted to play. I didn't want to record, you know, any of the important game advancement stuff. So I kind of focused on these cosmetic things instead. I did one other thing that, and it's always a lot of work to do these platforms, but you know, what I tried to do was I wanted to set up, this is a tier 1 altar, this is a tier 2, this is a tier 3, and then up above me is the tier 4, and I used these for making the various slates. And there's a couple of little gotchas in these setups. Let's see, yeah, this one's at capacity. You have to look at how much life points you have in your altar and how many things you're trying to put in it at once, otherwise they won't go through. So I believe to go from a blank slate to a reinforced slate, I think that's 2,000 a piece. So 26, that would be 5,200 or 52,000. There's only 42,000 in here, so they wouldn't go through. But if you put a lesser number through, now they'll go through. Okay, and that's even more important on this one over here, because this one's smaller. This one doesn't hold very much at all. You can only put 9 through at a time. So it took me a little time to kind of figure that out. And the same goes for this one, for making the imbued slate. Which one is the third one? Yeah, the imbued slate. This one takes 5,000 a piece, and since this only holds 42, you can only put 8 of those in at a time. So do I have? I can. And also, they'll sit here until this has 40,000 in it before they'll go through. So if I put 8 in there, they're now holding over here. Again, this is just a visual glitch. They're not really there. This is 85% of the way done. Just a second. There we go. Why didn't? Yeah, that's a bug. Okay. There's something about this setup that sometimes it gets confused and sometimes things kind of disappear out of it, and then they may reappear later. So these altars are just, especially with all of these add-ons, They're a bit buggy, so you're going to have to play around with it a little bit. I'll just wait until these are done and then I'll grab them. Almost there. There we go. 4. I put 8 in there. Where's the other 4? Alrighty. %. And I guess I didn't put any in here. Well, I didn't have any stone to put in there, so. But part of the reason for doing this is that this is tier 1. This will only make the tier 1 slates. This is tier 2. This will only make tier 1 or tier 2. And as tier 3, this will only make tier 1, 2, or 3. And so when you have to make a lot of these for making runes to upgrade your altar down the road, it's a good idea to do this. Okay. So now we'll take these upstairs. And I don't really know how many of these I had to make, so I've been making them for quite a while, trying to get everything that I need supply-wise for making a whole bunch of runes. I made a couple here just, so the steps work out. And, oh yeah, let me show you this real quick. Sunseal, who is a regular viewer on my YouTube channel, one of my subscribers, told me about this to set up a fairly automated way so that the sprinklers run constantly. And this is very, very useful. Thank you, Sunseal. I really appreciate that. It's pretty simple. You use these refractory hoppers from Foundry, and you put an infinite source block above it, and then you have them feed into a portable tank and use your configurator to have your portable tank dump water below into the wooden water tank. And if you have 2 of these, that's enough to keep this supplied with water, at least for a plot of land this small. So this works really, really well. It's very, very useful. Thank you, Sunseal. Okay. I tried to set this all up with where I want the crops to go, and then where I'm going to put the harvesters. They're going to get harvesters here and here. And again, I haven't really gone through and figured out exactly how many seeds I need and how much of everything. So if these 8 plots are not big enough, these corner plots here, I'll put planting areas there too. What I'm doing here, since I'm going to need an awful lot of wood very shortly when I start making chests for storage. So I have this area that's going to become all nature seeds. And all this coal, I don't necessarily need this much coal yet, but when you get to Britannia, you do need coal. And we'll get to that, and we'll talk about that in episodes down the road, and I'll show you how to set up Britannia for good mana production using coal. Okay, so runes. What we probably need to make first are some runes of augmented capacity. The runes of dislocation, I have 20 of them. I went and kind of swapped some of these out, so there are 20 here. And the quest book says that 20 plus is optimal. Now, I don't know if that means 20 plus is all you need, or you really kind of need 50. So, but I have 20, I can make more. But really, later tier, the runes that you're really going to need when your altar is all done, you need Rune of Acceleration to make it run faster. You need Rune of Dislocation to make it absorb blood faster. And the Runes of Superior Capacity to increase the capacity of your altar. And of course, these are upgrades from runes of, or the speed runes. The Rune of Superior Capacity are upgrades of augmented capacity. So let's make some of these first. Let's see. Didn't I have a whole bunch? Oh, yeah, they're down there. All right, these I need a whole bunch of stone, which I have some. I should have more than that. And I'll need one of these. My other one's in here. We'll put one away. We don't need both of them out. Okay. I'm trying to do math in my head. So we're just going to make a bunch. I mean, that was why I spent all that time making all of these supplies in preparation for this. So we're just going to make a bunch. Okay, sugar. All right, blood runes go in the center. Whoops. I did not. There we go. Speed runes, some of them. All of that, and I only made 2. Wow, how did... All right, let's... And I really, really need to get around to setting these harvesters up. Okay. Oh, these are going to have to go in the furnace. All right. So we'll just make some stone real quick. Oop. Ah. There are pitfalls to trying to record first thing in the morning before the dogs are up. All right, almost there. And we'll put the excess away. All right, so now while that cooks, let's see what else we can make. I did start to prep to make seeds, and I was going to make some of the animal seeds first. If you want to make sheep seeds, there are 2 ways to do it. You can take string and put it in your blood altar like this, and this will take a little bit of time. And that will eventually make a sheep seed. The other way is with wool and some Asio, Minicio essence. And there you go, sheep seed. I'll put this back in here. And actually, there is a third way. The third way is to use these second chance quests. One of these, yeah, sheep seeds. The watermelon, you need 1,000 watermelon. Now you can't. I did this in my previous world. You can, if you make a big enough plot of the. Where's my watermelon? Watermelon here, and you just kind of harvest it regularly. You can get enough of those to do that. 1,000 is something like 15 stacks of watermelon, and watermelon is actually one of the easier ones to get. Okay, so that finished the other sheep seed. Fish jerky gives you chicken seeds, and that's pretty much the easiest way to get chicken seeds. You just have to make a fishing pole, which is not difficult, and you can fish in the blood, but you have to make sure that it's deep enough to fish in. If it's a little river or lake that's only 1 block deep, that's not deep enough to fish in, so you have to do it in the ocean. And it'll take a while. You'll get a lot of junk, but you will eventually do it. And then, of course, one of those are pig seeds, but again, you need 1,000 potatoes. Mana Fabricator, I don't even know what, that's Botania of some sort. Slime seeds from 1,000 raw plastic. That one might be a little tough to do. 1,000 rowan gives you a porta spawner. Chicken seeds from walrus. Okay, that one, for some reason I remember that one. That one, oh yeah, you just have to do a lot of fishing. So that would be, you'd have to fish up 400 raw fish. So while technically possible, I don't want to do it. Okay, so this one is almost done. It's a lot easier to just fish up one fish, make a drying rack. Drying rack is very easy. Most of Tinker's construct appears to be disabled, but 3 slabs and you make a drying rack. Just hang your fish on that, leave it for about 5-10 minutes. Okay, there's sheep seeds and there's chicken seeds. So if you want pig seeds, you can do it this way, but where are you going to get the raw pork chops? Short answer, you're not. You can do it this way. 1 rotten flesh in a tier 3 altar will give you pig seeds. And this one appears to be relatively quick. I've already got cow seeds. Those weren't terribly difficult to do. And where are my cow seeds planted? There's rubber. These are all just the essences. I really hope my cow seeds are over here, because if not, I don't know. Where are my cow seeds? All right, I'll have to look for them later. Actually, I think they may be. Nope, they're not. Earth seeds. What in the world have I done with my cow seeds? All right, I'll have to worry about that later. Okay, this is slowing down because basically it's run out of life points. Okay, now the next thing is we're going to make some other seeds. So oh yeah, I need to make the metal seeds. I've been holding off on that. That was one of the things that I definitely wanted to show. So let's just grab this real quick. Okay, metal seeds are pretty easy. You of course need a Minicio seed. It doesn't matter what the stats are. I just have saved up all of my Minicio seeds. So iron is pretty important. And you need Imperio essence to make these. So you have to have at least a tier 4 altar. Copper may not require, yeah, copper doesn't require. I think copper requires Crucio, yeah. And that means tin requires Crucio. Gold requires Imperio. And I believe steel requires Imperio. Steel seeds. Okay, now these animal seeds, or these mob seeds. I believe all of these require Imperio. So we'll just make, seed. Actually, why don't I just do that? Now that there's only a few left. Okay, creeper. I did get a couple of ender pearls from Enderman, but I find that for the most part, they poured away from you. So I actually used the blood altar to make the ender pearls. And the way you do that is you use this and you put your orb in here, and you have to have a block of coal, 5 blocks of coal, and that'll make 1 diamond. And then you take that diamond, you put it in your blood altar, you leave it, it will become an emerald. You leave the emerald in there, and that will become an ender pearl. So yeah, and you can actually do it at a fairly low level. It just takes a lot of coal to do, and so you kind of have to ration your diamonds. So that's pretty much, oh, I still need to make lapis seeds. Where's my Imperio? Okay, the pig seeds and the spider seeds are very, very similar. All right, we'll put the extra Minicio back. I'll put all these seeds in here. And then off camera, I will start improving these, which is always so much fun. But actually, with that setup, it's a lot easier. And I'll show you how I... all right, what's in my life network at the moment? Where's my there it is, divination sigil. Okay, it's full. That's unfortunately the capacity. So the magician's blood orb goes in there, and that way it will add blood to my network. Put the master blood orb in here, and then throw in your Minicio, and it will slowly convert it. Now, the Minicio to Asio doesn't take very much. I forget exactly what it takes. It's a very small amount. Okay. Yeah, that takes 1,000. It takes 50,000 for to make Crucio from Asio, And then it takes 100,000 to make Imperio. So there we go. Okay. So this took a while to make all of that Imperio. It took a long, long while. I'm trying to get these in order. So we'll put one in there. And it doesn't take very long to convert. But it drains the network very quickly, like it's down to 34,000. But with 20 of these runes of dislocation, it fills relatively quickly, so it'll take a few minutes to fill back up. So if you put a stack of them in here and just leave it with, you know, your Master Blood Orb, and it has to be the Master Blood Orb, because to make the Imperio, that's what it takes. It takes at least a Master's Blood Orb. And then leave one of your lower ones here. It will eventually happen. You can run around doing other stuff, mining, working on seeds, whatever. It just takes a very, very long time. All right, let's go see if that stone is done. It should be. It should have been done a while ago. So, okay. I forget which ones we were making. Well, we made some speed runes, so we're not going to make more of those. The augmented capacity, man, why didn't I make more stone? I knew I needed that. Oh, I do have more stone. Okay. I don't have a lot more stone, but I do have more stone. And I need buckets. I've got buckets. Some. I did make some. I think they're in one of these chests. There's a little bit, not a lot more. There we go. Oh wait, yeah, I need that. At least I think I do. Yeah, I do. And I also need that. And that will make some rune of augmented capacity. Man, I really should have done the math. I spent all the time making these stupid slates and making the altars down there to make the slates a little faster, and then I didn't make enough buckets. I didn't make enough of a lot of things. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I have to do this in a particular pattern. It's, you know. It doesn't matter. As long as they're there, it does not affect the function of the altar, but, you know, it has to be somewhat balanced. Maybe I will make some more speed runes. Those are the ritual stones that were left over. Blank slates, and I still got some sugar. Okay, blood runes. I think this is how this goes. That'll give me 20 of those. So what I'll do turn F7 on just in case. These three aren't serving any purpose, so I'm going to steal them. And I suppose I could go cannibalize the altars downstairs, but that is going to be a pain to dig that up, so I'm going to leave those. How many do I got left? I got 12 left. Yeah, there's not going to be a good way to do it. And the other thing is that I don't have beacons. So even if I had enough runes to finish this out, which I don't need that many more, it looks like I need 24 more. Well, maybe a little more than 24 more. Which I probably have close to that downstairs, but like I said, I'm not going to go dig those up. I need to put beacons here. And where you get the beacons is in these quest lines here. One of these, it's probably this one. Yeah, this one, when you get to They're Precious, you have to make the arcane pedestals. You actually need to make 7 of these. You have to make the plinth. You make the ether that goes on top of it. You make the energy blaster. And then you do the little ritual and you kill the guy and you get the demon blood shard. You only need 1. The reward for that is you automatically get 10 blocks of diamonds, which is awesome. And then you get to pick these, either block of mana steel, and it's a lot of mana steel. I'll be completely honest, that is a lot of mana steel. Or you get 5 nether star blocks. Now, you really have to get the nether star blocks. I have not found another way to get nether stars. The withers, they don't seem to drop skulls. I haven't gotten one yet. Maybe it's just extremely rare. But, you know, I have not found a way to get them other than this quest. Now, 5 nether star blocks, you break those down, you're going to get a lot of nether stars that you can make beacons out of. So you could make a whole bunch of altars. Like even 1 block would be enough to make 2 full altars. So when you get to that point, don't make that mistake, because if you screw that up, you're going to kind of kill your progress. And then at that point, you can make the Archmage, Blood Orb. You get 1 crystal cluster, and then for beacons, you get some runes of superior capacity. I don't know why. And then down here, somehow you have to get 3 more of these crystal clusters. I don't know how you're going to get them. Maybe they're in quest lines that aren't finished yet or something, or I mean, some of these don't really work. Like if you go look up the recipes for some of these mechanism quests, they just don't work. So I'm hoping that Caithleen comes back and works more on the mod pack at some point, because I'd like to finish it, but there's just a lot of it that's not done. But anyway, I think that'll be good for today. I'm going to go and I'm going to get a whole bunch more of the stone, and I'm going to make up the rest of the runes to at least get it so that it could be a tier 5 altar, and then I will prep to do the ritual to kill the elemental to fulfill that quest line. We'll do that on camera the next time I record. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and leave your questions or comments on YouTube. I'll answer them as best I can. Thank you for watching. This is Arturio Emerys signing out.